Alright guys, back into the video, and this time we're going to be doing a segment on what to invest in and what not to invest in, and what you should have invested in, and things that will always take place in the games, like Dragon Ball Super, and things to look out for. Okay, so first of all, if you invested in Super Saiyan Broly All Out Assault when it first came out, you did yourself a favor because it was like $2 or less. Or if you just bought the Magnificent Collection, which you can probably still do for a decent price while it's still in print. But if you look at the foils, they're $20 if you invested in them early. And I got rid of 2 foils whenever they were around $13 a piece. And now I think I got $13 a piece for them, which is not too bad whenever it came out. So I did pretty good there because it covered a Magnificent Collection because I got them for cheap. But if you happen to have this card and you don't need them and you don't play green yellow, sell them around $8 a piece. The lightly played here for 6 in this one listing. Then you have set 9 right around the corner. I don't know what in the world, so we're going to be going back to the first page. So in set 9, you can obviously, I'm going to say this right now, the SPRs are going to be super sought after. I'm not sure if $40 or $30 or $25 or $20 is correct for them just yet because I don't know the pull rates. But I do believe that at least $20 for the good super combos. I'm pretty sure Jiro will be the cheapest one, unless that deck is super good, or that card may go up in the later time because we might get more effects that are good when they're being foolish barreled for being yellow. So that's something to look out for. But yes, and your SPR red blue cards I feel like will be the most hyped in the end, like Full Power Frieza and Cooler, even though Cooler's not on here yet. And another one we slept on is Whis. It's a decent card, but it's not that necessary. And Zamasu is actually pretty cheap now. That's a really good card and super good for defense. But a lot of these cards are still going to be not played over the older super combos like Perius and stuff like that draw 2 or just draw in general. And yeah, and then good SRs like Cooler and the Frieza that have SPRs, be careful on those because those SPRs will be pulled along with the SR, so it will be easier to pull. But some of those will be just really good investment in general. Cards like Ultra Instinct Goku here, I feel like it's a trap, but it is Ultra Instinct Goku, so I think it will be cheap in the end. And there's a lot of good super rares in the set, so buying sealed product is actually okay. I think it's probably the safest set to buy. Sealed product, especially with the 3 secret bears being spoiled. I wanted to touch up on them a little bit, but they're not here. The Dragon, UI Goku, and SS Blue Vegeta, and you have Cell, which is Xeno Cell. I think all 3 of them are super good for their own specific decks, but the only thing about the Dragon is it is splashable, so in my opinion it is the best one of the 3 and will be splashed in a lot of decks. So be careful when you're investing in those when they first come out. If you're not opening sealed product and trying to pull them, the cards will be super sought after, and most of this set is just super good and will be sought after. And some of these cards will be super slept on. In my opinion, the most slept on card in the set is going to be, maybe it won't be slept on as much as I think people are overlooking it, is the Hit in Cold Blood. The Majin Buu is pretty low, and Topo are pretty low right now. But I think these cards will still be decent to pick up at the current price because they may be around $15 a piece in the end. Royal Condemnation will be a little high in the SPR range, but because there's an SPR copy, and it still has Vegeta on it, so everybody wants it. But that card is super pretty, and I expect it to be a little pricey. But I think those will be the cards that drop down a little bit. All the red blue extra cards, I'm not sure how many copies you're going to play of each, so I don't think you'll need more than 3 of each. So, but I'm not sure if the green yellow deck is more popular or the red blue, but I think the red blue will be super good, and the green yellow is going to be pretty aggro. Also, cards to invest in: foil Whis Coercion and Alt Art version, $6. At the low currently, $7 is where you can really buy them out. So if you don't have a full play set of these, while you can, they're the best ones. Get them now. And then cards from this in general are pretty good to invest in. Foil Senzu Beans is the best one, in my opinion. Go ahead and get those. And foiled Food Dark Banisher, if you invested those like I did when they first came out, to get 2 of them. Broken investment. I'm not sure how much they are now for the foils. Also, thing you can do here is click parallel foil. not bad, $9. I got mine for like 5. Pretty good card. A lot of these cards are super good, so invest in the ones that are playable if you don't already have them. Nimbus, along with Senzu Bean. Like I said, get your foils while you can. I think the anniversary sets are the best ones. They're cheaper than the championship stamp ones, and I feel like they're good investments. And they are nicer, in my opinion, than the stamp ones. Ironically, because it's the texture foil on the anniversary set ones. Android 16, this card is super, super good. It's just going to be splashable for every blue-green deck. And the Beerus deck, the new leader revamped, will be playing this most likely for its ramp card. And you want a ramp, so go for it if you don't have them already. I think 11's pretty good price to set on. Or if you go to Auction Center, you can probably get them for cheaper. Get your 4 copies. Because you don't have objection anymore. But if you invested in Metacooler stuff, you can see, I'm not even going to talk too much about it other than the fact that common is $3. It's kind of old card from set 2, so if you didn't have these already, $3 a copy is kind of high. And there's not many listings. I have my 36 copies. I don't think you need that many, but you probably need at least 8 if you want to play that deck. And if you're playing some really pure build, you're going to need even more. So around 16. So if you're not trying to splash it, but I think really and truthfully, you only need around 8 to 10. So buy wisely and try to find them at your locals. A lot of people don't know the card's pricey. And the revamp blue is right there. I had a deck profile on it on my channel if you want to check it out. But that's like a super meta expensive deck if you want to try that build. Malicious Machinations in general, as you see, SS4 and Baby are dropping. I think these are good times to invest in these cards if you don't already have them and you really want them. They may go up later because I think Baby's pretty cheap and that card's disgusting. Now the Ball, I think that one's gonna go down eventually to even more, like around $30. And then Beer Snowhole's Bar, $18. If you really want to play red yellow, this is the time to buy it. You probably can get them from people for 15s. And Raditz, if you don't already have these copies and you want to play Broly, the red green one, or any deck like that, like Clash Coup, you need at least 3 to 4 copies. So get them while you can. And the new Nappa Super Combo is like extra copies of this in general because those cards are good. So go ahead and get them to help your rival. And if you want a rival spam, that's what you want to do. And one thing to note, Violent Predators 14, Focus Breakthrough is pretty good for 6 to 7. I think this card is really good. Some of these cards will drop with the new set releasing, so be careful. But some of these are a pretty good price, like Absolute Release Ball for 7. And Hit for only 4, which is super cheap in my opinion. Yep. Investments. So Draft Box 4, I'm going to say this very, very light statement. If you invested early, congratulations. You made your money and or kept the cards. But if you don't need these cards and you have them, sell them. They're super high, and if you're playing a yellow leader and you only play if you're only playing one leader and you only play one type of leader, yellow leader, you really need Barducks to keep them. If you keep 2 UIs if you really want to play a blue strategy and only play blue strategy. It's not really that necessary in my opinion, but it's a super good card, and your opponent has to worry about it at all times. So it's still a good card. A lot of people assume you already have it in your deck, so you may be fine if you don't have it. But it is super good and bounces and draws. And then Vegeta, if you're playing red. If you're playing Cooler, you really need that card. So if you didn't invest in it before, I probably would just not play Cooler. Because the card's super good. And these cards may get reprinted along with like Piccolo and Topo as well from the event packs. And if you invested in the rare Krillin 18s before, you're good. But if you're not, I wouldn't try to mess with them. Card's pretty good though. It's a 4-drop. I'm not sure how good that is for your successor plays. But in Hercule Majin Buu, you really need those for your Cooler deck. And Gohans are dropping currently. So Super Saiyan 3 Gohans and Gallic Cannon I think is still kind of high. But the card's pretty good. And the side deck. And Fuse Zamasu is super hype. If you hadn't noticed, this and the Goku Black are way too high in my opinion for what they are. Set 7, if you didn't invest in this before, at the beginning it was $95. Sold mine for $95. Broken. But this card will go back down eventually. It wasn't that hard to pull, and honestly, You don't really need it to play those decks, but it is a win-con with the Broly deck. So if you're really trying to play Broly, green-red one, you really need this card. But if not, stay away from it. And then Power Batar, I'm not sure if this is a good price point to hold. Market price is 71. I do expect this card and this card to stay around 70 in the end. So if you can get one for around 60 or 70, is a good investment. And then the signed cards from the set, holy cow, did they drop. So I think in the end, I feel like the Trunks and the Vegito will... actually, all 4 of these will probably go up in price. So especially when this set is out of print. SPR Broly's, if you invested in those, you're good. But I feel like they're going to go back to around $10. And the Awakened Power. Currently, it's around $375 for the low. Market price around $437. I'm thinking if you can get one of these for $300, you're fine. But if not, you'll wait way too late to get this card. In the beginning, I got it for cheap. For trades. So, most of these cards in this have been reprinted already, but some of the foils are nice for commons if you want to invest in those. And then your signed cards here will always hold value, but they flip flopping down with people trying to sell and buy things. So if you can invest in these for somebody in your locals or in the auction center for $30 on Beerus, $25 on Emperor Frieza, and $55 to $60 on Vegeta, if you can get even this card for $70, you're pretty Gucci for Goku signed. This card will forever hold value, in my opinion. I think it will go back to 100. A lot of these SRs got reprinted, or they're just not super good anymore, and then these commons are getting reprinted. And Strategies of Universe 7 has not been reprinted yet. I don't think it will. Then Trio to Dangers, it did get a little bit of hype. So if you don't invest in these already, go ahead and do it now. They may go up in price later on with more support. So, what are you gonna invest in? Sorry. The market is all over the place, and you have a lot of different things you can invest in. The expansion set cards, the foils. It's just Hidden Potential is a really good card. If you didn't already get your 3 or 4 copies of it, go ahead and get it. It's not too bad to order those instead of buying the expansion itself. And I like the Revive stuff, so I really like the Revive deck. So if you want to play those, and just these cards in general, the expansion set in general is not that bad to buy. And look how cheap that leader is. If you don't have your Piccolo leader, go ahead and get one now before it's too late, because this card is super good, and so is Surge Q, so get those cards. But yeah, thank you for watching my video, and if you want me to do something specific, please comment below or message me on Facebook, or even like the Facebook page and message me there, and I'll see you guys next time.